Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Alright, the crypto market losing a bit of steam right now. Bitcoin trading at 96.18, Ethereum at 258, and XRP trading at 0.273 cents. Everything is down a little bit today. If you look at XRP on the daily, you can see the correction still occurring. Nevertheless, overall, we still have seen bullish momentum, and I know some of you guys are upset about this. Well, stop. Don't be a crybaby. This is par for the course, and I saw a perfect tweet to sum up my sentiment as well. This from C3 Nick. Most claim to invest for the long term, but yet they complain about intraday moves. It just doesn't add up. Exactly, C3 Nick, exactly. Guys, if you are in this for the long term, you should not be caring about the day-to-day movements. You should be looking at the chart on the monthly. And you should realize that if you have cost averaged out anywhere between, 20 to 25 cents, that is where we've seen this zone dip down here on the monthly, this demand zone, or rather level of support. Okay, we're retracing from back in 2017. And now, guys, over the monthly, look at the last couple of months, we've seen green. But that perspective really only is valid if you are a long-term holder. You know, many of you guys say you don't mind holding for 3, 5, 10 years, whatever it is. And so, guys, the day-to-day price movements shouldn't upset you that much. Again, this is XRP on the daily. We did see that high of 34.7, now coming right back down to about 27.1, 0.271. And so in the grand scheme of things, this doesn't matter. When you look at the broader picture, when you look at where we've been and where we're going. I haven't looked at XRP on the monthly for a while. Look at the amount of volume we've seen for XRP just in February and January alone. Look at all that green volume. We haven't seen that much positive volume in 2 consecutive months ever. Just think about it that way. And the last time we saw a large quantity of volume was back in December 2017 when XRP went all the way up to $3.80, give or take. So keep that in mind, folks. 2 consecutive months, positive volume, XRP on the monthly. Things to think about. This from the Daily Hodl. So Ripple says Microsoft, BitGo, and Bitso are now powering the XRP ledger, updates total cryptocurrency holdings. So as of February 9th, Ripple says they have about 49.7 billion XRP worth about 13.8 billion. Left in escrow, the company placed 55 billion escrow back in late 2017. They talk a little bit about how the escrow is used, and that should be common knowledge by now. For those of you guys who do not know, I will link this article in the description. There's a quote up here kind of going over it briefly. Meanwhile, Ripple says that Microsoft remains the most high-profile XRP ledger validator, processing transactions on the network. The US-based digital asset trust company BitGo and Mexico-based crypto exchange Bitso are 2 of the newest enterprises contributing to the network. So we got ledger validators from high-profile companies, which just, in my opinion, gives more clout to XRP and the XRP ecosystem and how it's going to work down the road. CGI, Berkeley Haas, Talindas, University of Tokyo GateHub, WorldLink, Bahnhof, and Flagship are also running validators according to Ripple. So Ripple powers only 17.1% of the ledger's top tier validators. In the long run, the company says it plans to detach itself from the process of deciding which entities are the most trusted on the network. So Ripple has said this. They want to eventually just remove themselves altogether from this. And so that will render those Bitcoin maxis powerless when they try to make claims that XRP is centralized. Of course, we know it's not. Ripple distancing themselves from the ledger. And of course, they are becoming less and less influential when it comes to the validator nodes. The XRP ecosystem must run on its own and on its own merit in a lot of ways without the backing of Ripple. And of course, to get up and running, it needed Ripple to kind of kick it through the door to get it running, to get it up and started. So it's nice to see that the proverbial mother hen is now pushing her chicks out of the nest, or however that saying goes. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. Bank XRP here posts this. Visa grants Coinbase power to issue Bitcoin and Ether and XRP debit cards. So you know how your bank can issue you debit cards through Visa or similar companies? Well, now Coinbase can issue debit cards as well. So credit card giant Visa has granted its principal membership to a cryptocurrency company for the first time, officially awarding a cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase in December, but not revealed to the public until today. The membership cuts out a crucial and expensive middleman from the processing of issuing a debit card that lets users spend their own Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP anywhere Visa is accepted. So this is a big game changer if Visa can now offer these debit cards, which means you can essentially use your crypto to spend. So for those of you people who were wondering, well, how do I get out, and I'm not advocating this by any means, how do I get out of my crypto position and not pay taxes? It sounds to me like you can just spend your crypto like it's cash. Now, I'm sure it's going to be tracked, but I've always thought to myself, that's kind of the only way. If you don't want your crypto on the books, you kind of have to spend it in situ. You make $1 million in crypto, you load it onto your Visa debit card, and you spend $1 million on a house, for example. Now, the government will probably come and ask you where you got that $1 million from, so it isn't a foolproof plan. And again, guys, I'm not advocating you do this, but some people were asking about that, and it looks like Visa is giving you a gateway to spend, well, at least maybe some of your crypto earnings. Perhaps even more importantly, though, the principal membership makes Coinbase the first cryptocurrency company with the power to issue debit cards for others, including other cryptocurrency companies and more traditional firms alike. Visa confirmed it granted Coinbase the principal membership, clarifying that the company itself won't actually accept cryptocurrency when the project goes live later this year. So this is happening this year, guys, 2020. In and amongst all the other things that are happening. So the fact that Visa is mentioning this, the fact that they are saying we are rolling this out later this year, makes me think that cryptocurrency regulations are already on the doorstep, are already very, very close to being tied up. And if they're pushed back, which we tend to kind of see a lot, then Visa and Coinbase will probably put a halt on their project and they'll just push their project back too. This is how the world works. So the top 3 cryptocurrencies accepted: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. As I had mentioned earlier, guys, I'll link this article in the description if you want to read the full thing. And yesterday we were talking about that Bank of America rumor. Is it true? Is it a rumor? Interesting development, okay? This from Wise Cryptos, at Wise Cryptos on Twitter. Bank of America Ripple partnership reports are accurate, but they were released too soon. So it's not that it was a rumor. It's accurate, but it got leaked, apparently. So for the record, officially, despite all rumors and all other evidence out there, Bank of America are not announced as an official Ripple partner or customer. And since all these rumors broke, the whole cryptocurrency market had faced a severe sell-off. So tread very carefully in this crazy manipulated market. Things could easily get a lot worse from here on in. Interestingly enough, though, according to another source which XRP Twin has just quoted on Twitter, the patent that Bank America filed 2 years ago for DLT expires today. Timing? ? Very, very interesting. This news gets leaked and their patent for their DLT expires on February 20th. Ian Northing posting here to the same point at Ian Bins on Twitter. Yep, it does. The patent abandonment date for BoA is none other than today. And he screen grabs this. February 20th, 2020, application status is abandoned, and this for the real-time net settlement by distributed ledger system. So very interesting. He has a few other screen grabs here of the patent. As you can see here, he outlines Ripple DLT with a red rectangle. Some more screen grabs down here. Guys, I will link this tweet in the description as well. Coincidence or not, very interesting that this got released early, or leaked rather, apparently. And XRP Twin mentions the expiry date, February 20th. Ian Northing also pointing us to that. And this guy's RippleNet member Nium's partnership with Banco, I think it's supposed to say Topiàz, introduces 3 corridors. So Nium, formerly recognized as InstaRem, we all know that name, introduced a partnership with Banco Topiàz on February 18th. The digital cross-border payments platform announced that it has put the finishing touches on a deal with one of Brazil's leading digital banks, Banco Topiàz. The partnership was kept under wraps until now, even though there were speculations of the bank using certain services by the remittance service provider. Banco Topiàz has been operating in Brazil for over 15 years, and its customer base will now be able to leverage Ripple's ODL platform to process payments. Here's a quote down here. Our cost-efficient cross-border digital money transfer platform will enable Banco Topiàz to offer more services to their current customers and win new customers. The CEO, Geraldo Stumpf, points out that this will make them more attractive to the market. He says initially the partnership with Nium enables customers of Banco Topiàz to conduct outbound money transfers from Brazil to Canada, the US, and Europe, but it's expected that this will extend to include other countries in due course. It'll make the bank more attractive. What does this essentially mean? They've upped their game. They are now in the competition. Everybody will be flocking to Banco Topiàz, if they play their cards right, to send their cross-border payments, because now they have the speed and now they have the ability to cut on costs, those fees that people hate paying. They can essentially make them zero if they wanted to Heck, they could say free fees for the first 6 months if you sign up with our bank. Then we'll charge you, I don't know, $2 to $3 for every cross-border payment you make under a certain amount. I don't know how they're going to structure it, but essentially it's democratizing cross-border payments for the people that need them most. Leveraging ODL, leveraging XRP to do this. So Brazil up and running with ODL, and the corridors keep growing and growing. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to be eligible for the Ledger Nano X giveaway. I'm giving one away, guys, on March 15th. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.